Stampers, Diane Dimich here with DDStamps.com, and I am coming to you live on Facebook, so hopefully people are out there. I will tell you, I just got back from lunch, feeling a little frazzled, but I'm here, and hopefully you can hear and see me. If you're out there, please let me know. I'm going to try to pull it up here on my phone and see if I can keep up with the comments today. We'll see. Oh, it says on, and I am, hey. Let me pull that back up. And I am coming to you live on Facebook, so hopefully people are out there. I will tell you, I just got... Okay, looks like Carol's watching, Wanda's here. Great. So I'm just going to keep going because hopefully you guys are out there. I have an extra dog today, so we might have some dog issues. You never know. They're all kind of hanging out right now. But just to let you know, number one, it's my birthday. Today is my birthday, and it's been a fun day. That's why I got to go to lunch today. My sister-in-law came up, and we went to lunch, and it was great to see her. I haven't seen her for a while. So anyway, we're gonna talk today about some of the new offerings that Stampin' Up is coming out with Celebration starting on Friday, the 15th. And so there are, good, it looks like people, Lisa's here, Amy's here, Carol, Wanda, good. Anyway, I just want to quick show you these. I will put a link into the description on Facebook. I haven't really got everything put up there yet. But I just want to show you a few things, talk about a few things, and then I'm going to show you stuff. I've got all kinds of stuff laid out here. I actually came out in here yesterday afternoon and tried to get myself organized, which really only made a bigger mess, but oh well. So some new offerings that are coming out, and these are all, I'm sorry, I know I say that a lot, but these are all fabulous. So this is called the All Adorned set, this stamp set here. And you can see how these particular stamps layer together in this card. And like I said, there's a link up on my website, www.DDStamps.com, to this brochure, and I will post a link in the Facebook thing. So anyway, this is just one of those great sets, and it was actually really made for the Stamparatus. I haven't even used it yet, but I plan to at some point. So that's one of them. And then this one, I have to show you this one. I guess I don't have the actual embossing folder because I used it, but it's one of our deep impressions embossing folders. Can you see that? It's so deep. These flowers are so pretty, just like that. It's a beautiful card. You don't even have to do much. But let me, we'll come back to this. Let me show you a quick technique while I've got you on. I didn't think this was going to be the first card, but so what I did with this is I'm going to bring up my blends. You know how I am. I love blends. And I used pastel colors. Just I pulled some out of there. But I'm coloring actually the embossed part, and I guess you can see the texture in that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my blends, and one of the things you got to be careful of is I am using Whisper White cardstock, and because it's been embossed, some of the fibers are kind of broken up in there. And so what I found happens with the blends is that they really they bleed quickly. They go through there quickly. So it's not hard to do. You just got to be a little bit careful. But I'm just going to take the Pool Party, and this is the lightest Pool Party. And I'm just coloring, this happens to be a big flower, but I'm just coloring right on the raised part of this flower. Put some color on there. You can actually see I did that rose already once. And then if you want to, you can come in, this is the dark Pool Party, and I'm just going to add in, you can just see how it pulls that. I'm just putting a little bit in the crevices of the embossing folder, just to add a little bit more texture to that. And then, so what I did on this rose, here's one here, down here in this corner. I just put color on where the embossing is. This kind of happens to be the end. Here's another one here, so you can add color onto this. And you can see I'm not being very, very careful, and you don't have to be, or you can be, depending on how neat you want it to look. So then I'm taking it, and I'm using petal pink, the dark and the light petal pink, and then just adding in some dimension right into where the crevices are on that embossing folder, and look at how that pops out. So pretty. Now let me show you a card I did. So this is one I was doing yesterday, and I just colored the whole thing with these colors. So I used the Highland Heather, Daffodil, and then the green that I used is actually the soft seafoam. And then I used the Highland Heather cardstock, and then just stamped it. And I actually used, I was sitting out here a minute ago, grape. The grape colored, sorry, the grape colored ink. But isn't that embossing folder is just, it's beautiful. I think a wedding card just done with that, you could just like punch through there and then put a sentiment inside there. It's super simple. And then any color cardstock. I just think that this is one of the best embossing folders that I've seen. And it is a celebration item starting on Friday. Okay, so there's that one. That's the embossing powder called the Country Floral Dynamics. So it's a thicker one. It's one of our thicker embossing folders. I'm not sure if this is going to be, if these items, or any of these items are going to be pulled up into the catalog. I don't believe they are, which is kind of sad, but it's okay because once you have it, you have it. So there's that. And then there's this bundle. This is an interesting bundle of cardstock. Let me pull the cardstock, what I have left anyway. So it's a Painted Seasons bundle. So if you do a $100 purchase during celebration, you can get the stamp set and you can get the designer series paper. And so the designer series paper, I'll show you some cards I did with it because I was playing with it this weekend. They're 12 by 12 sheets and they're so adorable. So this is all I got left of this one. Beautiful. Green on the back. This pretty mushroom. These were like hand painted. And then I love this one. And then the succulents. And then the pine cone and branches. And so really this was set up to be paper that you could use all year. So you have spring, summer, fall, winter. And that's cool. And then this is the stamp set, and I will show you a couple things that I did with this. But this is kind of a neat stamp set. This is one of our, they're called distinctive stamp sets, which just means that they are very deeply etched. What they do is they take a picture of the flower, and then they put it into the computer, and it's just a bunch of little dots that actually make the image work. So that's some of the new offerings that are coming out. And then, of course, we have our offerings that are always available, except this ribbon, which won't be available probably till the end of March. But just so you're aware of those new items coming Friday the 15th. Okay. Now I have to figure out where I'm going to start. Well, let me show you a couple cards first. That's what I'll do. So I made some cards over the weekend. Here they are. I just made a mess. I ended up making some cards using the paper in that pack. And they're just really super simple. So this is just cut like, I think it's 3 inches. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3-inch strips by 5.5. And then I just added cards, leftover designer series paper down the middle. And then this one is, I took a 4 by 5.5 piece. And I cut it at 1.5 and flipped it over. And then this is just an added piece of designer series paper. Let me show you the whole set though, because they are so cool. They turned out very nice, I think. And then the succulents. And you can see I just used up the paper. It was just fun to put the bases together and then kind of figure out what I was going to do with them afterwards. So really fun, easy, simple cards. This is a way to make a bunch of cards in a short amount of time. So Cherry, it is the Painted Seasons Designer Series paper. It's available starting Friday with Celebration. Because you're a demonstrator, you can get it now, you have to pay for it. You get it free on Friday. So, cool cards, those are fun. The other thing that's coming out, and I'm not really going to get too caught up in it because they're not available till March, but I will show you a couple of, like the 4 Seasons stamp set. This stamp set is going to have framelits March 1st that are available for purchase to trim out those images. We have a framelit set for the frogs. So this is a framelit set for the frogs for celebration. So you can get this one free. This can be purchased in March. We have a framelit set that coordinates with the lilies, with celebration and the 4 seasons, I said. And there's another one up here. Oh, Hello Cupcake. So this is the one that I was really intrigued by. I love the Hello Cupcake stamps, and I think it's really cute. It's very different, but I like the fonts, and I just like the whole thing. And then they came out with these framelits that are going to be available March 1st to purchase. And my favorite part was it has pull this out here, a stand and a cover. And so I was goofing around this weekend and came up with this cute little card. And you can see with the window sheet, I cut the glass for the cupcake. And so I just used the stitched rectangles to cut out a piece. I stamped it, and then I just attached the stand with the glass on there. And actually the glass is put on with a mini dimensional, and then I put a ribbon on top of it to cover it up. So just a really quick card, but it just makes it so cute. And then I cut out some vellum covers too, which I thought would be cute. Anyway, lots coming up with Stampin' Up! in the coming weeks. Okay, so today we're going to talk about these little treat buckets. And I got some birthday stuff to show because it's my birthday. So this is actually, I copied right directly from the Occasions mini catalog using the designer series paper with the birthday treats, and I think it's in there like this. If you look, you'll see I really just copied them. Very simple. This is just designer series paper. There's a paper with suckers on it, and then that cute ribbon that has the lemon lime twist and the Coastal Cabana. Yeah, thank you, Clean. I love that little glass thing too. And then I've got a couple more cards here I made. Like this one is just designer series paper that I cut out with a couple of the dimensionals and the stitch. But these are cards that came directly from the samples in the book. I've got this, which is the little shaker card that I kind of copied in the book, and I might show this. I was going to show this today, but I don't have all the stuff out to do it, so we'll just work with what I got. And then I have this whole packet of, these are images that I cut from that paper to do stuff with, and hopefully I will. So this is one of the little sweet treat cups. These cups are awesome. You can put they're food safe, so you could put treats in there that are actually food. And I used some of that new paper to cover this. I'm going to show you how I did it. And then I just used some framelits to cut out the top and to stamp it. But I'm going to show you a couple of different techniques with that. So to begin with, I'm going to have this available for 2 people. So this is actually, what I did is I took one of my sweet treat cups apart. So this is the piece. I took one of the cups apart. They're just blank cups. They look like this with a lid. So I cut off this piece and I pulled it apart to make a pattern. I laid this on there. I made the pattern, and then I just made it a little bit longer, ½ inch longer, so that it would wrap around the cup easy. And I'll put this up on my website. It'll be a PDF that you can print and copy, and I would just print it with your printer as big as you can get it so that it's all the way up to the edge. I hope that makes sense. It's a PDF, so I don't think you can make it smaller. Anyway, so I took that pattern and I cut out a piece of the designer series paper. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a cup, and I'm just going to add adhesive to this end. And you could use any adhesive. I just used snail because it was working, but you could use the mono or whatnot. And then I'm going to turn my cup to the side where the seam is, and I'm going to lay this on there. And when I do this, I want to make sure that I'm pushing that piece of paper up under that rim of the cup. Just, that's kind of going to hold it on there. And then that's how quickly you can cover those. I mean, really, it's super easy. And then I'm going to take a piece of Whisper White cardstock. Hopefully I have one sitting right here. And, oh, I should have cut that out. I'm using a couple of the layering framelits, circle framelits. So I'm using this. This is the largest circle and the largest scallop. And I'm not going to cut the scallop because it's going to take too much to bring out paper. But I am going to cut the circle because I want to show you how I stamped this thing and put it on there. So let me run and make a quick cut with my Big Shot. Sorry. I wish that I had taken just about 10 minutes this morning to totally get myself organized, but I didn't, so there. So I cut a circle, and now what I'm going to do is, where's my stamp set? Set it aside because I had it. Don't you guys wish I'd stay organized? It was right here. I showed it to you. Everything else is sitting here. What did I do with it? That's too weird. Really, I'm not panicking. Oh, you know what I did? I stuck it back up on the shelf. I put it away. Don't ask me why. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a clear block and I'm going to take the flower. And you'll notice I haven't put the stickers on the flowers yet just because I haven't had time. And so I'm going to go ahead and use some ink. And I'm going to stick with the colors that are in this paper. So I'm going to use a little Grapefruit Grove. And I'm going to ink that up. And then I'm going to come in with a little early espresso and a sponge dauber. And I'm just going to put some ink on the end of that and then just tap the middle. And then when I stamp this on my cardstock, you will see how you get that tint of brown in there. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to stamp this off a couple times. And this time I'm going to come in with the Poppy Parade and ink that one up. And one of the things I found with these distinctive stamps is that they ink better if your ink pads are a little dry. And then tap in the espresso right to the middle and stamp that onto my card. And then you get the two-tone of that. And then I actually took the Happy Birthday out of the All That You Are stamp set. And let me grab that. Hopefully it's here. And I'm going to use the Call Me Clover because I just think that this green is great. I think these colors are so nice and bright and cheery. Stamp that there. And that's all I did. Oh, no, I didn't, because it looks like I stamped some branches. So let me grab this little one. So I'm just taking a little leaf, a stamp out of the Painted Seasons stamp set. And just stamp a couple leaves in here just to bring that green. This one's going to actually go a different way. I like to stamp off a little bit. But there you have it. And then when you layer that onto your cup, it's really simple, really cute. Just a really easy way to make a treat for somebody special. But I like that technique of the sponging. And I like the technique of coloring on the embossed paper. And I showed the cards I made. Does anybody have any questions? Doesn't look like it. Well, this was a quick class today. Very quick class. Oh, here's something that I did too. So we've had some really cold and miserable weather around here, and I was getting a little stir crazy. And so I ended up getting one of these kits with Celebration. I'm gonna put these on a little bit better. These are cute. It's a little kit to make 8 cards. Got these little note cards that go inside, but then they also open up and then have these adorable envelopes to match. So this was one of the kits with Celebration. It live and in person. You can see the little gold stickers, little tied. It's cute. Whew. Anyway, I'm gonna call this done. And just so you know, there is the hostess code for this week. This part of celebration starts Friday morning. I actually put together my kit for my tutorial for this month. Encompasses all this product right here. The Geared Up Garage is the tutorial, and then I will send out packets to those people that have a $50 or more order. That will include cardstock, keys, ribbon, paper, and everything to make in the tutorial. And I think that's it. If there's anything else, let me know if you have any questions. I will get the PDF put up on my website and onto Facebook. Other than that, I hope everybody has a great day. I'm gonna sign off. I know it was a quick one, it was fast, but I'm gonna sign off because I got lots to do for my birthday. So thanks, and I hope you all have a great day. Take care.